Like, oh, I really need to get out of this bed. But I'm comfy.
I woke up this morning and I must have slept wrong because my fucking hip. Oh my god!
Yeah.
I think I slept wrong or something. Because now it's okay. You know, I mean, I still
Right.
got some pain because there's arthritis there, but it's not the. We don't have the rainy ass weather and shit, so it's not. The weather's not affecting it, and
Good evening,
that's why
everybody.
it's like my doctor asked me all the time, well, do you got any other pains? And I was like, well, yeah. And she was like, where? And I explained to her. She goes, well, do you want? And I said, no, I'm fine.
Right.
And she looks at me and laughs. She goes, oh, you're going to be one of those stubborn ones, aren't you? I said, yeah, because if I can get up and move around and still, you know, I can still get up and down off the floor. Not prettily.
Right.
You know, I'll clue you. It doesn't look real pretty. You know, I'm not jumping up off the floor. I'm going fuck up off the floor. But I'm still able to do those things. I'm still able to, you know, lift heavy objects. I'm still, you know,
Right. Right.
When it gets to the point where I notice there's weakening where I can't, then I will say, okay, let's look into what, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, me getting up off the floor is not pretty.
Yeah, I probably get up off the floor easier than you do, Bear.
Well, my ass goes straight up in the air, and I just slowly back up with my hands until eventually I can stand up.
No, that's not what I look like. I don't look like that. But, you know,
Getting on my knees anymore? Oh, that's not fun. They
well,
have
see,
no cover over them anymore.
I still can get down on my hands and knees and do things.
I can get down there, but once I'm down there, I'm down there.
No, I can still get. That's what I'm saying. I can get down there and get up.
Yeah, it's real hard for me.
Yeah.
Especially
So
getting onto my knees. It's like there's no skin, no fat, no padding of any kind anymore. It's just
I don't got
bone on
anything.
floor.
I don't got anything. No, there's no fat on my knee either. But I'm still, like I said, I'm still able to get down. You know, it may not be the most comfortable thing in the world. I am not going to spend a lot of time down on my, you know,
Right.
hands and knees on the floor. Fuck you, that ain't happening.
Right.
But, and that's what I told her when I start noticing weaknesses. Then we'll discuss other issues. Right now, I'm still able to continue to do these things, and I'm gonna, you know, stay that way.
Right.
Because I told her too. I said one of the things with the injections, once you start down that road, it doesn't stop.
Speak
Right.
up. Even
You get injections, and then from there you go on to the replacement.
Right. I got an injection one time. It'll never, ever happen again. I can handle a lot of pain. That was the most painful thing I've ever experienced in my life. And I've been in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
That hurt. It hurt
Yeah.
bad enough. I ripped. You know how they got the little arm cushion on the chair?
Yeah.
You sit in? I
Yeah.
ripped it off
You also had nightmares, if I
for
recall.
3 weeks. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know because I've talked to other people and they said it hurts, but you know, some people say it doesn't hurt that bad.
Well, the problem is I don't know. And they
Well-
didn't give a shit. That needle was about the size of a pencil lead.
Well, it doesn't help that you did. It doesn't help that you did drugs, and that fucks up your ability to handle
Right.
numbing.
Right.
But again, it's not even so much that as because I know I'll numb if I have to. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't.
no, I don't know.
But what it is you read up on it, and you eventually get to the point where you have to have the replacement. And they have, and studies have shown that getting the injections actually speeds up that timeline.
Interesting.
Out with it.
Because I'm not exactly sure what it does, but it speeds up the timeline. And I've researched it a lot, and everything, it's all pointed to that. Unless you're going to the site that is one of those pro shot,
Right. Well, I can't say the shot didn't help. It made all the difference in the world. I went from, I'd be walking and my knee would just give out, and on the floor I'd go. Didn't matter if it was face first or ass first. Often it was face first.
It has been 10,000
but I'd be walking down the aisle in Walmart, blam,
the
there I am, I'm on the floor.
They are invaders.
Because the knee would just go out and cave in.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that, but that's what I'm saying, Bear. Right now, I'm not having those weakness issues. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I know. I totally get what you're saying.
My thanks.
So I'm like, no.
Come forward.
You had a reason. You had to.
I am Sansa Khan.
You know, you were to the point where there was no getting around it. Because, again, it's but I know people, and what it is, since you've only had it once, I'm talking about people that go in like every 6 months.
Yeah, they wanted me to go in once a week for 6 weeks to get it done. And after I had the nightmares, I'm like, nope. Never, ever will happen again.
Yeah, he basically said, "You'll find a creek and stick your head in it."
The greatest hunter this planet has ever seen.
But again, it's one of those things that, like most people go in, they'll get the shot, and they'll wait another month to 6 months and get another one, and then get, and that is what that speeds up the deterioration of the joint.
Interesting. Yeah, they gave me what they call a rooster shot.
Mm-hmm.
And what it is, the needle is about the size of a pencil lead, first of all.
Yeah.
The needle is enormous. And they inject you with rooster cartilage. And that's how they replace the cartilage in your knee, is they put rooster cartilage in there.
Yeah, see, I think I'm talking.
It didn't work, like I say, it worked, but
I think I'm talking about the
cortisone.
You got the cortisone shots, honey, not the rooster shots. The cortisone.
Yeah.
That is what deteriorates the muscle
gave me what's called
I shall ready my muskin to pull.
Why they chose that one, I don't know. I had no meniscus left in my knee, so maybe that's why. But
yeah, that's probably why the cortisone wouldn't have done anything.
They gave me that, and it worked. Like I said, I can't complain. I've never had it go out since. Literally, that stopped it right away. But I had no cartilage on my knee, and the tendon. There's a tendon that wraps over the top of your knee. That tendon had pulled over. It wasn't doing anything to keep my knee in place.
Oh.
And that solved the whole problem right there. I don't know whether I was just tearing the tendon every time I fell, or
Yeah.
I don't know what the situation was. But I went from having to walk with a cane and not being able to trust the cane because I never knew when the knee was going to go out.
Right.
And when it would go out, I would literally just drop onto the floor right then and there. I had no warning, no nothing. Just boop, on the floor I am. And like I said, I've always been a big man, so I don't fall. I fall gracefully, but you can only fall so gracefully. Tile floors in Walmart still hurt.
Oh, no shit.
And so does asphalt and concrete, that shit still hurts. So, but yeah, that's what they did, and it worked. Like I say, I can't say it didn't work. That was, 30 years ago that I had that shot, and I've never had to have anything done since. So.
Yep. I mean, again, it's just, some people choose to go that way. I'm just a stubborn old fart.
Right.
And part of it is I trust doctors, but I don't always trust the medicine, if that makes sense.
Yep.
I mean, I know there's certain things I have to take. Like, I take my blood pressure meds because of my stupid fucking asthma and the COPD and the medication that I have to take to control it can raise blood pressure. Which is funny because my blood pressure is always fine. Every time and what I do is I don't take my blood pressure meds for a day before I go to the doctor.
Interesting.
Because I want to see what my blood pressure is without the medication in my system.
Okay.
And it's always been fine.
Right.
My blood pressure raises after I've taken an inhaler. But it doesn't raise to a dangerous level, but it's still not good.
Right. They've
Yeah.
got me on blood thinner and I think blood pressure medication. I'm not sure. As a preventative for the diabetes.
Yeah. And I take my gout medication, which helps keeps down the uric acid buildup in my thumb joints.
Right. Yeah,
And
gout's no fun.
My heart.
no, and if you're gonna get it anywhere, I'm lucky I got it in my thumbs instead of versus my feet
Right.
or my ankles or whatever. You know, because I've heard horror stories where they're crawling on the floor because they can't stand because of the gout pain.
Ouch.
Yeah. And I take my allergy med, and I have a cholesterol med, and that's I'm on the lowest dose cholesterol med.
Right.
Because I had gone into the doctors, and within a 6-month span, I had my cholesterol was slightly high. So they put me on cholesterol meds just to keep it from... It's preventative, again. Not, you know...
Yep.
But, and I've also changed some of how I cook, so I know that, yeah, that
He'll
helps.
be back soon.
But, that's all I take there.
Yeah, I take a lot of meds. Most of it's vitamin supplements. I got on vitamin supplements about 15 years ago. When
Well,
I
I
was a
take-
doctor and I had no vitamin D. None.
I take I take a woman's senior vitamin
Yep.
supplement
Yep.
that I take that once a day.
Yep.
And that's just because I don't eat right there. I mean, yeah, I eat a hell of a lot better than you do
Who
Right.
has
because
the
I eat a lot
today?
I eat veggies and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
The winds
right.
carried word of interesting times, but the arrival of your people
But,
has caused more of a stir than I expected. I look forward to learning more of your ways of travel.
Excuse me. I just want to make sure I have
What? Go on then.
the
Caravan will be waiting. at the
vitamins and
gates.
shit.
Do
Well, it
not
made a
hold us
difference
up.
from me having 0 vitamin D to having all the vitamin D I'm supposed to have. But I was taking vitamin D and the senior supplement both.
Mm-hmm.
And I was taking that for years.
Yeah.
I was taking Centrum Silver, and I had one bottle where there was like 6 tablets in it that were rancid.
Oh.
And so I wrote to Centrum, and I'm like, hello?
Tewfoot,
And I got no response.
I am not
Walk with
your
us
keeper.
outside.
And I wrote them again,
We have
and I
many
got no
stories to
response.
share.
So I tweeted them. I got no response. So I contacted Pfizer, who's the parent company.
The Maruk Centaur
Got no
include
response.
many individual clans
Tweeted
across the
Pfizer,
plains.
calling out Centrum. Got no response. So then I put out a general tweet calling out Pfizer and calling out Centrum and
There
talking
are
about how
4 of
shitty
us
they
who
were,
hold the most power.
and got no response.
Clans Tirai, Shikar,
And I said, okay,
Nokud,
that's the last
and
Pfizer
O'Neill.
drug I'll ever use. If I know it's a Pfizer multivitamin or whatever, you know, and
Yeah.
Clan
there's another
Tirai are
brand,
the
I'll choose
keepers
the
of
other
our
brand.
traditions. Their leader, the Kanamatra.
Yeah, I
is the
just, like I said, I
cultural
take
Khan
the
of Uruk.
senior
All Kanamatras can trace
supplement,
their
and the
bloodlines
only reason
back
I
to our
take the
first
senior is because
matriarch, Tira.
they after talking with my doctor, she said it does have more calcium and potassium and something else in it that seniors have a harder time keeping in their system.
Right.
We of Clan Shikar
I forget
are the
what it was,
strongest
but
hunters.
she said something.
You can
and-
find our camps
Well, it's
spread
sad
throughout the
because
plains,
the Centrum
following
Silver
the
did an
patterns of
amazing
wildlife
job.
and game.
I was actually able to tell the difference between when I took it and when I didn't take it.
Yep.
You know, but I'm not taking a pill that might be rancid from a company that doesn't give a shit.
Right.
You know, it's just not going to happen.
Clan Nokud has
There's other
recently come to
multivitamin
power.
companies out there.
A generation
Yep.
ago,
I wish I could
Shakan
afford
Khan led his
Solacor
people to defeat
and
Clan
some of those other
Togus,
brands, but
taking their place of
it's
power
$30
amongst the
a bottle,
plains.
and I take
Right.
like 6 different bottles. It's like I can't do that. I just can't. I don't have that kind of money. You know. And unfortunately, one multivitamin isn't enough.
His son
I have to take
Right.
vitamin E
Balakar
because
Khan
my skin's so thin.
now leads this clan.
I have to take
His father was a man of
zinc
honor,
for
but
something. I
Balakar
forget what
Khan
that's
did not
for. I think that's
inherit
for
his
skin,
father's
too.
patience or
And
wisdom.
then vitamin D, and then the multivitamin, and then vitamin B12 because
It was zinc. I just remembered what she said. It was zinc.
yeah,
And that's why I take the
My
senior
clan,
supplement.
Clan
Yeah,
O'Neill,
that's
is
what I
made
take
up of
in
those who
senior.
feel
Because it has more of it in there.
God Onara.
right.
It has more of it in there.
Founders,
Maruk
and Tira to the
All I
Dragon
know is
Isles,
even with all the
and
multivitamins
she
I
has
take,
watched over our
the
people
labs come
ever
back
since.
perfect. So I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. You know, as long as the labs keep coming back okay, there's no reason to change anything. Because you would think I'm taking too much D or I'm taking too much B or, whatever.
The
but
mystics of Clan
labs say
O'Neill
it's
are
fine,
initiated from many different clans, but we
Yeah.
all followed
No,
Onara's
yeah,
call
my
to
labs
serve
have been
her
coming
and our
back.
people.
Well, like I said, a lot of times she does see my uric acid sometimes popping high.
The clans have their
And but
differences,
that's
but we share one culture. No
because
matter our strengths and weaknesses.
I'm sorry, I
we are
like
all
my steak.
Maruk.
Yep. I don't blame you.
You know, it's one of those things. It's I have given up a lot of different foods, especially with the fibro, because there are certain foods that I notice a trigger
Right.
within my body. Like any type of artificial sweeteners and shit, I can't.
You've fought many foes in your time, yes?
Interesting.
I
You
can't.
have to share some stories.
It tends to trigger symptoms within my body. Margarines, I had to cut out completely. I can't use margarine.
Interesting. That's basically just vegetable oil.
No.
Have I ever shared
Um,
the tale of my first kill, Belaka?
There's other stuff in it
A
that's
mighty
not.
horse rider
Yeah,
with
no,
horns
it's
as
not
tall as
healthy
its
for
legs
you.
were long.
They will even tell you, even people
I
that
keep
don't
it
have
small as a
issues with
trophy.
margarine is like so bad for you.
Interesting.
Butter is actually better for you within reason. And I'm using within reason.
Right.
And they have said that butter is actually better for people.
Well, that makes sense.
So, I mean, again, it's just a matter of
It was a good
Um,
kill, Tamu. My first was a
you look
mighty
and
bear
you-
of ice and snow.
like,
deep
I
in the
used to
frozen
drink
tundra of
Diet
the
Coke
Azure Span.
a
My
lot.
Bakar and I knew no equals.
I mean, a
You
lot
were
there.
the
I was
talk
a
of the
Diet
Corral.
Coke drinker. I was,
Yeah, I drink Diet
Um,
Pepsi.
and we got, I got diagnosed with fibro with you know, all the pain and all this other shit. And I got to researching diet change things that I could do to help alleviate some of these symptoms. And it wasn't, I wasn't looking just mainly diet, but I was
We have
looking
reached our
overall.
first
What can I do?
Circle the wagon, Shikar.
And they did a lot of studies, and they did say that the fake sugars can be triggering. Margarines can be triggering. And there's other foods and stuff. And like too much sugar too much regular sugar can trigger. But they did say that the chemicals and the artificial with margarine, the reason why they say it's bad, it's not the vegetable oil itself, it's the chemicals that they use to turn it into butter.
Speak up.
Or margarine or whatever the fuck you want to call
Bellica,
it.
Right.
show the two-foot how we hunt.
They used to, when I was growing up, that was like touted as the next, the saving grace. And it's not. They have done study after study now that showing that is by far worse than regular butter for your body.
Well, that makes sense, actually. Their main beef against butter is the fat.
Right.
But that's all butter is.
Yeah, but and again, it's, I watch how much, and I watch my cholesterol.
Right.
And the good fat, bad fat ratios. And as long as those are staying good, then I'm okay. And if I don't eat a lot of other high fatty foods, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't eat a lot of fried foods. I bake a lot of foods.
Yeah, Ted does too.
Yeah, I do a lot of baking of like my chicken. I will bake it. I get a nice crispy crust on it still, but it's baked. It doesn't have all that. I'm not deep frying it and shit. Yes, do I like deep fried chicken? Fuck yeah. Will I eat it once in a while? Yeah. But for the most part, I'm baking it.
Right.
Even the same thing with bacon. I put it in the oven, and I've got like a cookie sheet, and then I have a wire rack that you would use to cool off cookies and stuff.
Yep.
But I put that on the wire on the cookie sheet, and I put the bacon on top of that wire rack.
Right.
So the bacon is not cooking in the it's not cooking in that fat. See? There's ways of doing it, Bear.
No. Oh, I don't doubt you at all. I don't doubt you at all. I'm back a couple of minutes.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna. While you're doing that, I'm gonna go make my iced tea. I'm back.
I'm gonna jump off and go eat.